Facilities and services such as housing, healthcare, education, employment, and transportation have been systematically separated in the United States, based on racial categorizations. Notably, racial segregation in the United States was the legally and/or socially enforced separation of African Americans from whites, as well as the separation of other ethnic minorities from majority communities. While mainly referring to the physical separation and provision of separate facilities, it can also refer to other manifestations such as prohibitions against interracial marriage, enforced with anti-miscegenation laws, and the separation of roles within an institution. The U.S. Armed Forces were formally segregated until 1948, as black units were separated from white units, but were still typically led by white officers. In the 1857 Dred Scott case, Dred Scott v. Sanford, the U.S. Supreme Court found that black people were not and could never be U.S. citizens and that the U.S. Constitution and civil rights did not apply to them. Congress passed the Civil Rights Act of 1875, but it was overturned by the U.S. Supreme Court in 1883 in the civil rights cases. The U.S. Supreme Court upheld the constitutionality of segregation in Plessy v. Ferguson in 1896, so long as separate but equal facilities were provided, a requirement that was rarely met. The doctrine's applicability to public schools was unanimously overturned in Brown v. Board of Education, 1954. In the following years, the court further ruled against racial segregation in several landmark cases, including Heart of Atlanta Motel, Inc. v. United States, 1964, which helped bring an end to the Jim Crow laws.